Hey guys, so first I want to apologize for it being like 7 months since I've made a video. That's crazy. I'm really sorry. Secondly, I want to thank all of my subscribers. 46 of you? How did this happen? I don't really understand it. But thanks. That's cool that you want to follow me. I'm really random and not worth following. But thanks. Today, I'm going to rant about the Nope, I'm not. I'm going to rant about The Hobbit because it needs to be said. I'm a little irked about it. The movie was amazing. It was phenomenal. I loved it. It was perfect. I could not ask for anything else. True story. I think people as in critics need to get over it. The Hobbit is not The Lord of the Rings. It's not the same thing at all. The Hobbit is not an end of the world peril type of story. It is just it's just an honest, fun-loving adventure story. Like, there is no, oh my god, we're all going to die if we don't destroy this ring. It's we're going to defeat a dragon to get our home back. It's not a big deal. It's a big deal, but it's not like an end of the world thing. So, number one, you cannot compare those two because right off the bat, they are very different. Very different. So I'm so angry that people keep saying that Peter Jackson failed this time. He did not fail. He stayed so true to the book that it kills me. There were so many times watching that movie where I was like, oh my god, because it was literally word for word in the book. Gandalf would say the same thing. It was perfect. Like, it was literally, I could tell that Peter Jackson was directing this movie with the book in his hand. Like, he is a fan. This is a movie by a genuine fan meant for fans. It's perfect. I don't understand what the big deal is. There's nothing wrong with it. The arguments that I'm seeing are that the battles aren't as epic or amazing, or that it's all feel-good moments and that it's not as thrilling. It's not supposed to be. The Hobbit isn't like The Lord of the Rings. In The Lord of the Rings, they are fighting wars. This is like a huge, serious thing. In The Hobbit, they are fighting battles in order to earn passage to get to where they want to go. It's not the same thing. It's not armies against armies. It's 13 dwarves, a hobbit, and a wizard against an army. It's not the same thing. And it's not even really an army, ever. It's always like, the group of maybe 10 orcs. I mean, the goblin part, yes, the goblin part was like an army. But other than that, it really wasn't the same thing at all. So, whatever. If you're not going to read the books, if you're not going to understand the difference, then don't go to the movies and be like, oh, this isn't like The Lord of the Rings. This sucks. Because it's not supposed to be. It's not. It's a completely separate entity. If Frodo's adventures were exactly the same as Bilbo's, Tolkien would have been a boring old sod. And he's not. He's an amazing, brilliant writer. Brilliant. I love the series. I love all the books. It's like, when I read The Hobbit, it was like sitting down in front of the fire and listening to Tolkien read to me. Like, he writes that brilliantly. It's meant to be like a fairy tale. It's not meant to be a big, epic, somber, this is the end of the world, if we don't do this right, we're all going to die sort of deal. The Hobbit is very laid back and fun, and there are jokes in it, and it's supposed to be fun. It's more aimed towards kids, I think, than The Fellowship was, honestly. And there's nothing wrong with it. It turned out amazing. It was just... Peter Jackson did an amazing job. I loved it. It was fantastic. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. There was obviously stuff added, but I'm assuming that's meant to make it a trilogy. And I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And the fact that all of the actors returned was just phenomenal. It was a great movie, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you do. It's a lot of fun. It's funny. It's worth sitting through. I thought it was great. I did. I thought it was amazing. And just don't believe what the critics say, because they obviously don't know what they're talking about. That's all I'm saying. They don't know what's going on. That's the end of my rant. Thanks for watching. If you watched, if you didn't watch the end of it, oh well, that's cool too. I just needed to get my rant out there, because I'm really upset about it right now. I'm like, really? If you're not going to read the books, go home. Go home.